Right, how you doing? Now, with bodyweight training in the lower body, calisthenics leg workouts, a problem I see is that so many people, when they train legs with simply their bodyweight training alone, is that they're just doing squat exercises, squat variations. And I mean, this is great. I mean, you're working your legs hard, fair on you. But the problem with this is that when you're just doing squat variations alone with the lower body, you're going to be developing much stronger quadriceps than hamstrings, and so your anterior chain is going to be much stronger than the posterior chain. And this is actually a very big problem, because especially, let's say you do sports and suddenly you have to do a sprint, your hamstrings are going to give way because they're so much weaker than the quadriceps. And I'm sorry my friend, but you have to say goodbye to exercise for at least a couple months, and we don't want that. In today's video, I'm going to show you one variation with simply just your body weight. You can be doing literally anywhere that is going to build bulletproof hamstrings. Now, the exercise I'm talking about, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this exercise, but it's called the hamstring hip thrusters. And so the way this exercise is performed is that you simply, wherever you are right now, at your home, at work, in an office, in the gym, by the pond, I don't know, lie down right now and pretty much just place your feet on the floor and bring your knees up, and then bring your feet back as far as you can, and so you'll find that your heels are almost touching the gluteal muscles, the booty. And then from here, all you do is just explode up until you fully flex the glutes. You'll definitely feel it, and then slowly come down and then repeat the range of motion. But performing standard hamstring hip thrusters, some of you may be thinking, Jake, this is too easy, mate. Alright. So in order to address this issue, we can increase the intensity by decreasing the leverage, as we're just doing bodyweight training. And so the way you can decrease the leverage with hamstring hip thrusters is by simply increasing the range of motion. So find anything near you, a bench, a chair, a stool, basically the same thing. Anything that will put your feet at a higher elevation, and so therefore you'll have to complete the range of motion to a greater extent. Or, as well as increasing range of motion, you can increase the time under tension. So instead of only coming down on the eccentric for 1 to 2 seconds, why not do 3 to 4 seconds? And then instead of just coming up and down, why not hold the top of the range of motion for an extra second or two? So what this is going to do is that's going to recruit more muscle fibers, and so if you can recruit more muscle fibers and make progress, you're going to make more gains, but in the legs. And one thing I also like to do with hamstring hip thrusters is actually implement it into my training for explosiveness, so plyometric training. And so instead of just doing standard hamstring hip thrusters, why not do them as fast as you possibly can? Quick hamstring hip thrusters. And instead of having your feet on the floor, why not try and bring them up as high as you possibly can in the air and do pop-off hamstring hip thrusters and explode. Bang, 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 as fast and as high as you can. And so this is really going to build the fast twitch muscle fibers in the posterior chain of your lower body. So not only can you build solid strength and size in the hamstrings and the glutes, with this exercise you can also build great explosiveness and develop the type 2 muscle fibers. Aesthetic and athletic. Now some of you may be thinking, Jake, still too easy. Remove one limb, do single leg hamstring hip thrusters and apply the exact same progressions as I have previously mentioned as you would do with 2 limbs. So standard single leg hip thrusters, fast single leg hamstring hip thrusters, elevated single leg hip thrusters, you name it. And doing hamstring hip thrusters with just only one limb is going to make the intensity of the exercise much more difficult, as you are using more of your body weight but with only one limb in comparison to both. And although this can still build great strength and size, you may get to a point where it's just too easy. You're so damn strong, you're so damn powerful, you can do all these progressions quite comfortably. So in order to increase the intensity further so you can still build solid strength in the posterior chain of the lower body with hamstring hip thrusters is one way, just add external load. I mean, yes, the title of the video is Build Bulletproof Hamstrings with just your body weight, but give me a break. So whether you're in the gym, out of gym, anything that can be used as external load, it's going to put more load on the hamstrings and the glutes, and so as you progress with that, you'll be able to build more muscle. Another way, you can pre-exhaust the hamstrings. So instead of just doing it a straight set, for example, I may be in the gym doing stiff-legged deadlifts, and then do that, straight after that, do a hamstring hip thruster variation. And so as my hamstrings are pretty much exhausted from the first exercise, the intensity of the bodyweight variation is going to go up quite a lot more in comparison to just doing it as a straight set. Not only is the variety endless, the progression is also endless, and that's why I feel you should definitely not only neglect hamstring hip thrusters in your leg training, also just never neglect the hamstrings, guys. If you want to build solid legs, you got to build the posterior chain as well as the anterior chain. But some of you may be like, oh Jake, we can't see the hamstrings that much though. Alright, you don't really see an injury coming at you out of nowhere, do you? But shit happens. So if you want to build great strength and size and even explosiveness in the hamstrings and the glutes and just general posterior chain development in the lower body, then make sure you are doing your hamstring hip thrusters. And with that said, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helped. If this helped, make sure to let me know that it's helped. So not only do I highly recommend hamstring hip thrusters, I'd also appreciate if you like the video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I always say, if you haven't subscribed, it's your loss, not mine. So as always, stay tuned for future content. If you have any video suggestions with the greater variety of content I can now make with the new camera, the new editing software, etc., feel free to let me know, as I will probably make the video you ask for in the near future. And that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next video.